Dear students, welcome to the online class on construction and materials. So today in this lecture we will discuss about partition walls. This lecture is divided into two parts. Here we will discuss about part 1, in which we will include what is partition wall, types of partition wall, brick partition, types of brick partitions and their installations. So coming on to the introduction to partition wall. So here what is a partition wall basically? आप लोगों ने partition walls देखे भी होंगे. Generally we use partition walls in offices, our college spaces, making the cabins, etc. etc. So if we talk about the definition, a partition wall may be defined as a wall or division made up of bricks, studding, glass or other such materials and provided for the purpose of dividing one room or portion of a room from another. It is designed as non-load bearing walls. They are generally non-load bearing. सो बेसिकली ये किसी भी मटेरियल में हम बना सकते हैं. जनरली हम ब्रिक पार्टीशंस बनाते हैं, ऑफिसेज में हम एल्यूमिनियम पार्टीशंस भी बनाते हैं. ऐसे ही जैसे जैसे हमारी रिक्वायरमेंट्स चेंज होती हैं वैसे वैसे हम अपने मटेरियल्स को भी चेंज कर सकते हैं. क्यों यूज़ बनाते हैं? टू डिवाइड अ पोर्शन और अ स्पेस इनटू अ मल्टीपल यूजेबल स्पेस. It may be folding, collapsible and fixed type. If partition walls are load bearing, then they are called as internal walls. The partition may be taken up to full floor height or up to eye level, that is 2000 to 2500 mm. A load bearing wall is part of the structure of the building used to support floors, ceilings, roofs, and other walls. A non-load bearing wall, also called a partition, is used to divide rooms but does not hold anything apart from its own weight. Therefore, they are non-load bearing. It is connected to that wall and provides stability for it. So they are just connected to the internal walls to provide them the stability to stand. Now, partition walls should be strong to carry its own load. They should resist impact such as the vibrations produced in the buildings, etc. There can be furniture vibrations also while using by the occupants of the building. So the partition wall should resist that all the impacts. They must be stable and strong to support wall fixtures. They must be thin and light. They must be sound barrier, or we can say soundproof. They should be resistant also. Now, what are the requirements of a good partition wall? Thin in cross section so that maximum floor area can be utilized internally. Provides adequate privacy in rooms both in respect of sight and sound. Constructed from light, sound, uniform, durable and sound insulated materials. Simple, easy and economical in construction, having proper coherence with the type of building structure. So basically they should be thin in cross section. Adequate privacy must be provided whether by the sight or by the sound. In offices generally आपने देखा होगा we keep it till the eye level इसलिए रखते हैं ताकि बॉस अपने पूरे एम्प्लॉयज़ पे आई रख पाए. And there are the partitions so that आप cabins kind of divide करके अपने एम्प्लॉयज़ को हम बिठा पाएँ. तो जनरली ऑफिस में हम आई लेवल तक यूज़ करते हैं. They are constructed from light, sound, uniform materials. They are easy and economical in construction. Offer sufficient resistance against fire, heat, dampness, white ant or fungus, etc. They should be rigid enough to take the vibrations caused due to the loads. They must be strong enough to support sanitary fittings and heavy fittings, etc. if required on that particular wall. So coming on to the types of partition walls, generally partition walls can be constructed using a variety of materials. So here the most common types of partitions are brick partitions, hollow block partitions, clay block partitions, concrete partitions, glass block partitions, wooden partitions, straw board partitions, metal partitions, asbestos cement partitions. So in this PPT, we'll just cover up brick partitions. So basically, brick partitions are constructed with plain bricks, reinforced bricks, and brick notched or hollow bricks. So talking one by one, we'll come up with plain brick partitions first. So this type of wall is constructed by laying bricks as stretchers in cement mortar. Generally, we make the stretcher bond. Thickness of wall is generally 100 mm plastered on both the faces. Talking about the installation, they are normally constructed through the stretcher bone only. So, here are the features about plain brick wall partition. They cannot take heavy load and their height is restricted to about 2000 mm only. They are the cheapest and simplest type of partitions. They can work as visual barrier. Obviously, they are made up of bricks. Up to an extent, it can also serve as sound and heat barrier. Coming on to the next, reinforced brick partitions. In this type of wall is similar to the plain brick partition wall, except that every third or fourth course of the brick is reinforced with iron bars that are 6 mm in diameter. Why? While they are spaced at every third course of the wall may be used as substitute for iron straps to make it more stable, to make it more durable. Actually, we use iron bars in between every third course. So, the features about reinforced brick partition are they are more durable, they possess more strength than the plain one, which we previous already studied, can be full floor height or restricted to 2000 to 2500 mm, serves as visual, sound, fire and heat barrier. Coming on the last and the third one, that is brick notching partition. Brick notching partition wall consists of brickwork which is built up within a framework of wooden members. We first place the wooden members where we are going to place a partition wall. उस उन वुडन मेंबर्स को हम क्या बोलते हैं, कैसे हम प्लेस करते हैं, विल बी स्टडीइंग फर्दर. द फ्रेमवर्क कंसिस्ट ऑफ वर्टिकल मेंबर्स दैट आर कॉल्ड स्टड्स which are spaced at 600 to 1500 mm apart and held in the position by horizontal members called notching pieces. The notching pieces are housed into the studs at 600 to 900 mm apart vertically. So how they look alike, you can see in the figure itself. The vertical members are the studs and the horizontal one are your notching pieces. So the function of the wooden frame is to increase the stability of the wall along the length and the height to make it more rigid to withstand the vibrational produced due to careless opening and closing of the windows and the doors. So what the wooden framework do is it gives the stability to the wall to resist all the vibrations or due to the carelessness openings of the closing or opening the windows, which creates the vibrations, certain vibrations due to which हमारी wall weak हो सकती है. उसके लिए एक stable beam और column का work करते हैं these frames. The brickwork is built by laying the brick flat or on the edge and the surface is plastered from both the sides. कई बार हम दोनों साइड से प्लास्टर करते हैं, कई बार हम एक ही साइड से प्लास्टर करते हैं, कई बार हम दोनों साइड से विदाउट प्लास्टर भी छोड़ते हैं. दिस ऑल डिपेंड्स ऑन आवर ओन डिज़ाइन. Thus, the size of the stud and notching depends on the size of the thickness of the partition wall. तो ये जो मेंबर्स हैं हमारे स्टड्स एंड नॉचिंग किस पे डिपेंड करते हैं, कितनी थिक हमें पार्टीशन वॉल देनी है. तो बेसिकली यू कैन सी इन द फिगर itself you have the plate are the your base member और ऊपर top member are called base, your vertical members are called studs Your horizontal member is called notching, and these diagonal members are called bracing. ब्रेसिंग हम इसलिए यूज करते हैं टू गिव मोर स्टेबिलिटी टू द फ्रेम itself. For a 100 mm thick wall, they should be 150 mm wide so that brickwork is plastered from both the faces. This type of partition wall may be decayed over a period of time. So this is the disadvantage about this wall, that this can be decay after a certain period of time, and also the mortar used may not stick properly to the timber members, and thus the brickwork is likely to become loose after some time. So basically, it consists of a framework of timber within which half brick partition are fitted. Framework of timber consists of head. Head is your topmost member. Sill. Sill is your lowest portion, lowest plate, which we have seen in the further previous image also. The vertical members, which are called studs. The horizontal members, which are called notchings. Crossed braces and pancheons. Pancheons are the studs over your door frames, like लिंटल. लिंटल जैसे हम बीम कॉलम में लिंटल प्लेस करते हैं, ऐसे ही हम इन स्ट्रक्चर्स में डोर के ऊपर एक स्टड फ्रेम प्लेस करते हैं, विच इज कॉल्ड पैंचियन. Studs are dimensioned as 100 by 50 mm. Head and sill is 100 by 75 mm in dimension. The studs are placed at a distance of 3 to 4 times of brick length. या फिर हम ऐसा भी बोल सकते हैं, जो स्टड की प्लेसिंग है हम वो 3 या 4 ब्रिक्स के बाद दूसरा स्टड को प्लेस करते हैं. The notching pieces are placed at a vertical distance of about 600 to 900 mm. The crossed braces are provided at intersections. You can see in the figure also. जहाँ पे भी intersections आते हैं वहाँ we place the cross bracing also to give more stability to the wall or to the frame. So the brickwork should be carried out in cement mortar in the ratio of 1:3. 1 is your cement and 3 is your mortar. The surface of timber framework coming in contact with the masonry should be coated with coal tar. Why with the coal tar? So that a grip बन जाए between the brick placement and your wooden members. To provide better stability, a slight projection of about 50 to 25 mm in the wooden studs are provided, and a corresponding groove in the adjoining brick are being provided. So here come the features. This type of walls are more durable. They possess more strength than other two. Can be full floor height or restricted to 2000 to 2500 mm. It serves as an efficient visual. Efficient visual why? We can place a windows, doors in between these type of wall or frames also. So it is efficient when we have to give the visual connection too. So thank you students. We'll be meeting for the second part.